Hello my friends, Tudagamon here. In this video I'm going to benchmark Dragon Age Inquisition on a single GTX 1070. This is a digital recording at 60 frames per second, which is done on an external recorder. So what you will see in this video will be pure performance. I'm using an Intel Core i5 2500, which is overclocked to 4.8 GHz. There it is. The system has 16 GB of memory and the graphics card is a single GTX 1070 made by KFA2, the EX model. Latest forks were installed and it is also overclocked, so it will be boosting at 2 GHz. Now for this benchmarking video I'm going to use fraps to collect frame rate data. We will see the basic result in this file and some analysis at the end of the video. Let me launch the game and let's see how it performs. Options first, display at 1080p resolution of course, as always, and for the graphics setting I'm using the Ultra preset, but I am not using the multi-sample anti-aliasing due to comparison reasons with the GTX 970. I will do a maxed out version later, so let me load my benchmarking location. The game has loaded, I'm starting the benchmark.
Mother Giselle should be somewhere nearby.
Inquisition forces! They're trying to protect the refugees!
Looks like they could use a hand.
Hold! We are not apostates!
I do not think they care, Seeker.
Make it take you!
We are not Templars. We mean you no harm.
Doesn't look like they're listening.
Adore.
The lot of them.
Be ready. More coming our way.
are victorious once more.
I'm skipping the cutscene, it is capped at 30
I am.
frames per second anyway.
Some are simply terrified. They have heard only fright. The power is...
Corporal Vale is coordinating the Inquisition's efforts in the area. We should speak with him.
Okay, the benchmark ends here. We have an average of 109 frames per second, which is quite a lot higher than the 70 frames per second I was getting on the GTX 970. We have a good 56% performance increase, which is not too bad at all. Frame rate is very high. We do have quite some stuttering in the frame times, however they are not consistent with the frame rate. They should be lower. This could be a problem of the CPU. The GPU usage is close to maxed out. We do have a lot of dips in the GPU usage, however, and the CPU usage is very high on all cores. Good multi-threading, no question about that. This part is the cutscenes which I try to escape. CPU usage is CPU temps are fine. RAM usage at 5.7 gigabytes. Power of the card a little above 90% or close to 90. GPU temps are also okay. 2 GHz for the core clock throughout the run, just a little drop at the end part of 13 MHz, nothing serious. 2.1 GB of video RAM usage, and let's see what the analytics tool can show us. Okay, so we have 109 frames per second of average performance, but the comparable is at 77 77 frames per second. That has to do with the frame times, I would guess. We do have some spikes that go up to the 15-16 milliseconds, although most of the frame times are at around 10. Quite a lot of spikes throughout the run, however. Time spent beyond 16.7 milliseconds is very little, basically mostly the cutscene which I was skipping. Most of the frame times are at 10, 9 and 8 milliseconds, which is a good thing, but these jumps to 15 milliseconds every now and then are not very welcome. Of course, with vertical sync you will not feel a thing. Frame times chart straight up. We see these spikes all over the run. Frame rate chart. Min max average, of course the minimums are affected by the cutscene. Good performance, not too bad. 2.5 milliseconds of stuttering, of variability, sorry, and 1.3 of stuttering. The percentile is at 15.7 milliseconds, also affected by the cutscene. I really do hate these stupid cutscenes that jump into the games. Time spent beyond curve. Most of the frame times are in good place. And the comparable frame rate overlaid with the variability and the stuttering. They do cause a lot of damage, of course, but overall the game is playing very nicely. It was playing quite nicely on the GTX 970, to tell you the truth, but I did not have this kind of analysis back then. In any case, thank you very much for watching, my friends. I will see you in my next video.